the following. We are going to find the relationship that's differentiate between a relation and a function. Identify domain, codomain, and the range of a function. Identify the graph of a function. Find the combination of functions. Find the composition of function. Identify a one-to-one function. Identify the graph of a one-to-one function. Also, finally, find the inverse of a function. So the first, so a relation is a correspondence between two sets, A and B. So if you have a correspondence between two sets, we'll call it a relation. Why a function is now a relation between two sets, A and B, such that each element in set A is assigned one element in set B. So whenever you have two sets, such that each of the elements inside the set is assigned to one element, another set, we'll call it a function. So the domain is the element in set A. So that set A is the domain, while the set B is the codomain. We now have what is called range. Range is now the set of all images of elements of the domain. So let me use the diagram. Let's use what we call arrow diagram. So look at this. An arrow diagram is a special diagram to show domain, codomain, and range. Okay, look at this function f. This x, a, b, c, this set, so this set S, the elements are A, B, C, and D. So this is called the domain. And remember, before this is a function, yes, because each of these elements is assigned to an element in set B, C set X, C set Y. So it's a function. Y, the sets are E, F, G, and H. So this set is called the codomain. Yes, that set that the elements in set A are assigned is called the codomain. Again, there's what we call the range. Let me now write it, the range. Range is now all the set of elements that the elements in X are assigned to check. A is assigned to G, so let's write it. B is assigned to E. C is assigned to H. And also D is assigned to H. So this is now the range. So this one has no, they are called the images of the domain. So the set of all the images is called the range. So do you see how the difference between the domain, codomain, and the range? So look at this question. Determine whether each relation represents a function and state the domain and the range. Okay, look at the first one. If you check, you see that, check, this is not a function. Why? Because Eche, these are the names. Eche, we didn't assign, has no image at this, so not a function. So not all relations are function. So it's not a function. So no domain, no range, no domain. So look at the second one. So each of them has an image. So this is a function. Yes, a function. So they ask us to state the domain and the range. So the domain is the set of Eche, Ada, Elo, and Ebuka. So this is the domain. Why the range? The range are the ones assigned, which are the images of the domain. Eche is assigned to April 8. Ada is assigned to December 12. December 11, sorry. Elo is assigned to April 8 also. Why Ebuka? December 12. So March is not the range, it's not part of this, not an element of the range. March 4. So why the last one? Let's check whether it's a function. This is not a function. Yes, it's not. Do you see why? Let me show you why. If you notice, Eche has two different images, so which is not possible. So a function must have only one image, but two, the element of of the domain must have only one image, a particular image. Like in the second one, Eche and Elo, both of them have April 8 as the image, which is a function. But here, Eche cannot have two different images, so it's not a function. So it's only B is a function. So let's look at this question. Determine whether each relation represents a function. If it is a function, state the domain and the range. Okay. So these are sets. So how do you solve this type? Check the elements here. So let's look at whether 1, the image is 4, 2, the image is 3, 3, the image is 6, 4, the image is 7. So it's a function. So the first one is a function whose domain are now the sets of the, which are, that's the set containing 1, element 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the range. Why that's the domain. Why the range are the images, the set of the images is 4, 3, 6, and 7. So do you see, like the y coordinates are the range, while the x coordinates are the domain. So let's look at this one. 1, the image is 8. 2, the image is also 8, which is possible because they can have the same image but different domain. So this is a function. So whose domain is the set of 1, 2, 3, and 6. The range, the set, which is, but we don't repeat 8, 5, and 10. So you know that we can't repeat a set. We can't repeat the elements inside there. So C, let's look at C. Is not a function. Look, -3 has the image 9, and that same -3 has the image 10. So not a function. So do you see it? C is not a function. Why A and B are functions?